Real Talk Live with Rodney Grimes. People to people, power to power, positive thinking people. Yes, with Sir Rod and Lady Z. It's not about you, it's not about me, it's about we. In God we trust. Positive thinking people. Positive thinking people. Positive thinking people. Every Monday night, every Wednesday night, every Friday night, every Monday night, every Wednesday night, every Friday night, every Monday night, every Wednesday night. PTP, positive thinking people. PTP, positive thinking people. PTP, positive thinking people. PTP, positive thinking people. Every Monday night, every Wednesday night, every Friday night, every Monday night, every Wednesday night, every Friday night, every Monday night, every Wednesday night, every Friday night. Positive thinking people. PTP, positive thinking people. Every Monday night, every Wednesday night, every Friday night, every Monday night, every Wednesday night, every Friday night, every Monday night, every Wednesday night. PTP, positive thinking people. PTP, positive thinking people. PTP, positive thinking people. PTP, positive thinking people. Every Monday night, every Wednesday night, every Friday night, every Monday night, every Wednesday night, every Friday night, every Monday night. And welcome. People to people with Rodney Grimes. Hope everyone had a blessed day, had a beautiful weekend, living life, doing what you do. God is good, right? I was supposed to have a guest today, and some things transpired. You know, things happen, right? But as we move on, we keep it moving. I'm in the studio today. We had a beautiful Friday date night with our friends Charles and Faustine King. Very, very lovely dinner was put together. It was sharp, man. We had a good time. Also, it's just been so much going on and so much just so much going on. And I'm gonna tell you my topic, so you bear with me, right? Because I'm gonna be very skeptical how I talk today. But my topic is who have the right. It's my body. It has a heartbeat. Okay, you heard what I just said. Who have the right? It's my body. It has a heartbeat. Okay, so when I get into this, I'm gonna be a little skeptical. I'm gonna talk in general about some things because in this country, they say freedom of speech. It ain't really freedom of speech. We are dictated on what we should and shouldn't say, and if we don't say certain things under certain conditions, people, they disrupt things that's going on. So we already know that. But y'all work with me and stay with me as we go into this program today here at the People to People studio here in the DMV, Tyson's Corner, Virginia. Remember, our address is 1934 Old Gallows Road, Suite 304. Here in Tyson's Corner, it says Vienna, Virginia. And remember, our call-in number is 703-752-6120. The number is 703-752-6120. And our Cash App, the $ capital R, capital G, 1960. Right? Okay. We got that behind us. I'm just being obedient to, where my spirit is today and the things that I'm doing and so forth and so on. I want to just again say happy birthday to all those people who had a birthday in June. We've been doing that. And, we got more birthdays coming up. Tomorrow is Christy's birthday. And I just found out, I was just realizing that next week coming up is my friend's Pinky's birthday, Pinky Slate. So we're gonna say an early happy birthday to him. It's been so many birthdays coming up. We've just been missing it. Also, I want to put out some condolences again to the Evans family who they lost one of their I consider a senior member because he was an older brother to many of the ones in the family, and like an older brother to me, myself, Bernard Evans. Rest in peace, a good man. I mean, much love and respect to him, and definitely to the family. Also, I want to send condolences out to my sister-in-law, who lost one of her best friends, Miss Beth. And I know that this is a very, very rough time for my sister-in-law because she spent a lot of time with this woman, and they really looked out for each other. I know they did, because they as long as I know them, at least for the last 6, 7, 8, 9 years, I think, something along that they were spending time together and traveling together. And it's just, let's don't take things for granted, because it's important for us to really, really enjoy life, because it's a gift, and we got to enjoy that. My topic again today is who have the right? Who have the right? It's my body. It has a heartbeat. And you can understand where I'm going with that. Many of us out here, we claim to be in position to do what we want to do when we want to do it, but not all the time are we put in those positions. And many of us find ourselves struggling. But before I get deep into that, I'm going to read something. This is out of my my book, Jesus Calling. I read my daily word out of this book, and I actually missed a couple of days, so I'm going to have to go back and do follow-up. But let me go here. Today is the 27th, and I want to read this. Rest with me a while. You have journeyed up a steep, rugged path, in the recent days. The way ahead is shrewd in uncertainty. Look neither behind you nor before you. Instead, focus your attention on me, your constant companion. Trust that I will equip you fully for whatever awaits you on your journey. I designed time to be a protection for you. You couldn't bear to see all your life at once. Though I am unlimited by time, it is in the present moment that I meet you. Refresh yourself in my company, breathing deep drafts of my presence. The highest level of trust is to enjoy me moment by moment. I am with you, watch over you wherever you go. I started this to kind of study a little bit because I started thinking about something. Let me go back. It says, trust that I will equip you fully for whatever awaits you on your journey. A lot of us, and myself, we have a lot of trials and tribulations we have to deal with. And trials and tribulations are things that happen, like people passing, people, getting sick, people losing their jobs, people having all kind of ordeal things go on within their daily life. And then some things that come about, like the decisions that you want to make in your life. As as the topic today, the topic is who has the right? What right do we have? Really, I mean, when we think about in this country, I can't really talk about other countries because it's been a long time since I've been out the military, since I've been traveling outside the country. But each country has their own laws. But in the United States, it's supposed to be the land of the free. We're supposed to be talking about equal opportunity. We're supposed to say that everybody has the right to do whatever they want, long as it's not breaking the law, meaning that they cause bodily harm to somebody else, where you're not taking something that doesn't belong to you, And when we think about these things in that manner, we realize that, we have a law to follow, and we also have the right to dictate what happens with us personally. Now, you work with me. So, like, a lot of us, we look at the way things are and we wonder why people are confused in certain areas, because sometimes certain things don't apply to certain people. And we've had that experience in this country many times. We're talking about police brutality. We're talking about the court system. All these things have been an issue for many of us in this country. And it ain't just a black man. It all depends. You could be a white man in a area where it's just mostly all white people, and if you're a low income white person, believe me, they're gonna treat you different. That's just kind of how this world is structured, at least in this country anyway. I love this country. I do. I love it. I die for it. I joined the military with that intent, and I always felt like I had the right to do what's good for me when it comes to me. And so it's many individuals out here, like our females, who have the right. They have the right to live a certain life, to do certain things. Now, it's a little different with men and females, because females can conceive babies. They can, let's say this. If a man get raped and he get raped by another man, and he released semen inside this man, the chances is, maybe he might give him a disease, or he do some damage to him. With a female, and it all depends on how old she is, what her status, how she, what frame of the situation of her body how, when I say how old she is, if she's in womanhood or whatever, she could be put in a situation where if she's raped or taken advantage of, that she can be impregnated. And what do we do? How do we look at things like that? So, and I'm really skeptical how I'm going about this, because my concern is that I don't want to see nobody get taken advantage of, but you should have the right to dictate what you want to do, and under circumstances. Now, as I was learning more about some things as I was getting older, I remember one of my children was going to be aborted, and I was tripping, because I didn't know anything about that. And so I went to this clinic, and when I saw I forget what they call it. What they call it when they be looking in you? It's called the what? Y'all know what I'm talking about? When they be looking at sonogram, right? Yeah, it's a sonogram. And I saw the baby moving around, and I saw the heartbeat, and I was like, oh my God, it's alive, right? So that's why I said it has a heartbeat. So when I saw that, and at the time, the mother who had my child in her stomach wanted to abort the child at the time, and I begged her, after seeing it, I begged her, please don't do this. And it was something that I experienced because I've been married a few times. So, yes, but anyway, I helped deliver one of my kids, and then to see this when I was thinking about doing this, it was something I had to think about. I realized that this baby was alive inside her stomach. Oh my goodness. So, and I'm trying to not get in no trouble. So, of course, I know everybody know where I'm going with the conversation. My thoughts is, have people really thought about, what happens when you don't want the child? When God created us, did He put us in a position where He said everybody, when conceived under any circumstances coming into this world, that you have the right to life? That's something we need to think about. That's how you treat people, how you want to be treated. We have the right to, you can't tell nobody that they can't put a lot of holes in their ear. It's their ear. I be looking at some people that got that ring in their nose. And I ain't talking about the little pearl little on the side I'm talking about the one that they got going through the middle part. Most of the time when I saw that ring, I saw it on a bull or in a pig. They used to put them in their nose so that they can control them. And I would never do that. But who am I to judge that person and say, yo, you shouldn't put that earring in your nose? And then some of the people that I've seen do it, they look kind of cute in different areas, because they this is part of their culture or their style. It's their right. It's their right to do, if they want to put nine earrings. I've seen people with their earrings going across their eyebrows and some more stuff. I don't understand it. Like, I don't understand somebody tattooing their body all the way up, but you got the right to do it. But I've seen many people do it. And I figured, like, if God meant for you to have all that on you, He pretty much would have made it so that you're born with it. But what I do believe, we each are born with the right to be free, to be what we want to be within ourselves. And I'm talking about sexual preferences. I'm talking about who you want to walk with, talk with. I'm talking really, when we look at it, I think that God gave us that. He gave us the right. But sometimes we have certain areas and certain locations where people have a tendency to lose the right. Like when you go into the courtroom. You know, it's funny, like you go into the courtroom and it's supposed to be a courtroom of law. Right? But then you got a person sitting up on this what you call that, what they call it, the stand or whatever, right? I ain't spending a lot of time in the courtroom, so I don't know them like that. I don't know all the titles and everything. I've been in there a few times, but not enough to be able to know what I know about a jury box. I know about the witness stand. I don't know what you call the place where the judge sit. Is it just called the judge seat? Ain't no throne. Oh, hell to the no. We ain't giving them that. Ain't no throne. I'm going to tell you that now. But had you ever thought about it? That the judge woke up that day with a headache? Hadn't been feeling good? Or they got cramps? Or they got gas? They just ain't feeling good. You know, he ate an egg and the egg messed his stomach up. And then you came in there and looked at him wrong. Right? He got the right to give you 30 days. Oh my goodness. Sometimes when you think about how we are designed, how we design things, who have the right? Who have the right to dictate whether you want to have a baby or you don't want to have a baby? Who has the right to tell you whether you can date a black person or a white person or an Asian person? Who have that right? In this country, many times it's been the question of your rights as human beings. And it's important that we pay attention to that.
It's the bench.
Oh, it's the bench. That's what it's called. Okay. Yeah, because it damn sure ain't, it sure ain't the throne. I'm telling you that. God is the only one to sit on the throne as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. But, so my title today is, who have the right? Who have the right? Who are we to get in a situation and dictate what somebody else should do with their body? Who are we to do that? Especially under circumstances, man, where people been taken advantage of. Now, I believe in the law. I believe we should have law. I believe that another man should not step on another man's property and take something that don't belong to him. And if he do so, pop him in the butt. Excuse me. Put some heat on him. Right? Put some heat on him. Because he shouldn't be on your property stealing. I understand. You come home. Now, I'm going to give you some certain scenarios. I know y'all going to be thinking I'm all over the place. You come home and you catch another man in your bed and he ain't supposed to be there. Hey, what you going to do? First of all, go ahead and get him because you know if you know he ain't supposed to be in there, he shouldn't have been in there. But then you deal with the situation accordingly. Because you had a right to defend your bed, your bedroom, your house, right? Because it's yours, your property, inside your area. I always said my right was anything come within my hand reach toward my body is my space. Okay? You talking smack to me, talking about what you gonna do and this and that, don't come within the arm reach that'll connect with your face. Because then I got the right to get you off me or get you away from me. That's how I feel, right? Now, do I have the right to hit you first? No. Do I have the right to protect myself? Yes. So when we talk about the rights, you got to look at certain situations and then we think about that. But who have the right to dictate? Do you know how many innocent people are in jail? Because somebody had the right to tamper with their life? I'm getting ready to say something that I had a young lady that I dated some years ago, and we're still good friends. And she got pregnant with my baby, and when she told me, um, I at the time I was doing something I wasn't supposed to. I already had one kid on the way, and I'm paying for that today because when her and I talk, she always remind me what I assisted her into doing, and that was to abort the child. And sometimes when she talked to me, she says to me, "Yeah, I see other kids, and the baby that you and I was supposed to have didn't have the right to live the life." And man, I felt like crap. Did I have the right to really do that? Because the seed was planted, once the seed was planted and it started to develop, it started to become a something, not just a it, but it started to become a person. And that's almost like a woman who's 9 months pregnant. Does she have the right to beat on her stomach? Do she? Do she have the right to pound on her stomach because that baby is in her and she's 9 months pregnant? Or do that baby have the right to go its full term and to be delivered? Technically, if I was the judge and you was sitting in there and you came in there and told me that you was beating on your stomach and that baby was feeling every bit of that, I would punish you for not giving that baby its right to be comfortable, to be healthy, to come into this world without any stress, problems, or whatever it may be. Who has the right? That's the question. You want to join in the conversation? Give me a call at 703-752-6120. We talk about everything on People to People. I'm not coming to set a tone and say, you got to believe what I believe. I have to believe what you believe. I give you my opinion. And not all the time is my opinion correct. But one of the things that I do know, that I respect everybody in their arena. And I respect them with the rights that they pose to have as human beings. Sometimes I look at a dog, and many of us walk with the dog on the chain. And I said to myself, I wonder, do sometime the dog say, how did I get this thing around my neck? That they telling me when I can go across the street or not. But then, you take the chain off the dog running in front of the car, you look at him and say, yo, why you do something like that? So, when we talk about rights in certain situations, you should have the right, if you're going to possess something that does not know how to technically take care of itself in your environment, then you have the right to dictate the safety area of that, whatever it is. Right? So, when you think about that, we've got gray areas all over. I talked to somebody today on the phone and I asked them how did they feel about all the decisions that being made lately, what people are talking about and how they're going about it. And guess what? They was not feeling it. They was not. And it was a young lady was talking to me. She was just upset. She said, "Why would anybody be able to tell me what to do with my body?" And I said, that's crazy, but we're in a time where people think they can dictate and really control people without repercussion. But I'm gonna tell you what I do know for a fact. There's only one God. One. Our Creator. You can call him whatever you want. You can call him whatever you want. I call him Jah. Okay? I call him my God, the Lord, my Savior. Right? My Creator. I believe in one higher being. In my mind, one higher being that created us all, created everything. And when I think about it, he gave us the right. It's almost like this. He gave the lion the right to eat you if you go in the jungle walking around in his territory. Think about it. He did. If you you jump into the ocean and you swimming where there's a lot of sharks, the shark got a right to make you dinner. So we have to be careful as human beings when laws are being made and people are being affected. We got to pay attention to the right of every human being. The right of every human being. I don't know the process, but I remember when I was seeing the sonogram of this baby that was mine, and she ended up being born. And I remember when I saw the heartbeat, I was like, oh my God. And the lady that was showing me, she said, look, that's the heartbeat. And so I was like, that's something already that's alive. It was a little tiny, it was just, beeping, just bumping. And I was watching, I was like, oh my God. You got something for me over there, Lady Z?
Yes. First, welcome. Faustine King is here.
Welcome, Lady King.
Alton Brown and Felicia is
God
here.
Bless.
Rachel says everybody's life experiences of situation is different or difficult. Personal choices we all have.
That's right. We all have our personal choices. And under your circumstances, you have to be able to dictate what is best for you under your circumstances. But you know what I would tell a young person? Oh my goodness, we get ready to get deep. If you're gonna have sex, protect yourself, especially if you're not in position to take care of a child. Don't just be laying there. Because let me tell you something. Our parents, all the adults that have children, should educate your children on what happens when you have sex, unprotected sex. You don't just catch a disease. You don't just become, when you connect and give them the education spiritually, because if they understand, even when you connect with somebody, you giving them a part of you. You're giving them a part of you when you have an orgasm and you release that semen inside of them. That's important for us to think about. And to taking the chances where you lay down, and I'm talking young people, they understand that you have a vagina and a penis. Now, if we got some young people on here, I'm not going to talk in a way to be disrespectful, but I'm going to speak the truth. If you take a penis and put it in a vagina, the chances is you can reproduce something. And most of the time, we don't educate our young people to understand that when you do that, what happens is that's the process that God gave us, that we start to reproduce and recreate other things that are like us. Pinch yourself. It hurts. Put your hand on your chest and feel your heartbeat. I was thinking about that today when I thought about looking at I thought about the sonogram part. When I saw the heartbeat, does that mean that the heartbeat is beating like mine? So that means if I pinch it, does it feel the pain? Who have the right? Who have the right? When we think about, if God meant for us to have that kind of power, I think that He would probably made it so we could snap our finger and whatever was inside of us, if you're a woman, could disappear. Have you ever watched a dog or a cat go through the process of conceiving, and then it start to grow and start to get fat, and then sometimes I had that experience where we had a little min pin named Queenie, and we got to watch her we mated her on purpose for her to conceive, and she did. And I watched as the puppies was being born. It was amazing. And it was funny that when each one of them came out, they came out in a sack. But they was the experience I had, all of them lived. They was alive. The dog started licking them, and the thing started moving. You didn't have to wind it up. You didn't have to put no electricity to it. It just started moving. And it didn't stop moving. At that time, I think she had about 4 puppies. And all 4 of them was moving when it was first born. So that meant that coming out of the vagina, they was already alive. They was already alive. Now, we use different areas to dictate different laws for different things. I'm speaking on the animal part. So say we got a raccoon that keep coming in your yard, and it's going in your trash. Do the raccoon have a right to go in your trash? As far as you're concerned, it doesn't. You think that you had a right to shoot it or put it in a trap. But if you think about it, if that raccoon is in that area, 9 out of 10, it was an area that they naturally move around in. So does it have a right? We take the rights from different individuals. We take the rights from different things. We thinking that we supposed to be the dictator. I was guilty of this. I hope I don't get in trouble because I'm confessing something on the air. But a raccoon kept coming in my yard, and it was a big one. And I just didn't want to walk out in the night and it run up on me. So I popped it in the butt. And it sat up and looked at me. It almost said, "Why you do that?" That's what I would, y'all gonna think I'm crazy. But that's what I felt like the raccoon was saying. "Why you do that? I'm just trying to eat." Did he have the right to do that? Did he have the right to look for food? Come, I think y'all know where I'm going. Right? Who has the right? Let us think about that. Who has the right? We got to be careful about the laws that are made, dictating and telling people. We got people. Nobody has the right to take, like a woman. A guy, look, I told my sons, and I believe this, when a girl say no, no means no. And anytime I'm mentoring to young guys, I always tell them, if she say no, it means no. You know why? Because in her situation, she could be put in a situation where now she has another life inside of her. And it may not be because she wants you to put that life in her. Do she have the right to say, "I don't want it"? I believe she has the right to say that. But I also believe that after it's conceived, that it has a right to live. That means, so put it up for adoption. Let somebody else have the child. We got great areas in who have the right. All I'm saying is, let's not forget, God made everything to live like a fly. We can't stand flies. I kill them as fast as I can. I can't stand a fly, especially when I got a sandwich and it's good. As soon as I see that fly, my whole agenda is to kill it. I don't want to shoo it away. I want it dead. But guess what? For real, the right is the fly. He just trying to live. Do he have a right? I know that's going to be, you talking about you can't compare a fly to a human being. but we talking about anything that lives. So when we think about that, we got to be careful about how we go about doing things. And remember, when we want things to go our way, you got to remember who you allow to be in positions to tell you about your rights. You got to think about that. Get information on individuals before you put them in a seat where they sit on a bench. You know how many people sat on the bench was getting paid under the table? That was mad just because your skin was darker than theirs or your skin was lighter than theirs? Come on. We got to be real careful. We got to be real careful in this area. And every woman has a right to say what she wants done with her body when she wants it done. Every woman. You know, I mean, I figure like this: if my daughter was raped, and in the rape a child was conceived, and my daughter didn't want the child, or she was like, I just want it out of me because it's causing so much havoc. You know what? I would have to look at my daughter and say, that's your right to dictate how you feel. That's your right to say what you want to do with your body. Not my right to call the shot. When my daughter was pregnant with my granddaughter, I didn't want her to have the baby. I didn't, because it wasn't that I wanted to destroy the child. It was just that I just knew she was too young. I knew she wasn't ready. And I'll never forget when she went to supposedly to the clinic, she called me crying. And she was like, Daddy, I can't do it. And you know what came to my mind? Was when she was the baby that I went to see. That I saw in the little, what you call it, the sonogram. It was the same girl that was crying on the phone to me as the same child that I saw in the sonogram. That I could not consent to doing anything to disrupt it. It did something to me. And I told her, you just come on, I got you. What I allowed her to do was have her right. What I allowed her to do, because at the time I was the parent, even though I think she was, probably at the time, I think she was legally, I think she was about 18 at the time, something like that. So, you know, we got to be careful. We got to be real careful. Let me take a break real quick and do a commercial. As y'all see on the screen up here, we see, what is it? We got Lady Z up there pointing at LifeWave. LifeWave patch 39. That's what's up, as y'all see. Yes, look at this. I got the pamphlet right here. Is LifeWave, LifeWave, the patch X39. I'm telling you, man, this is a really amazing patch that you want to have in your life. Is it activates your stem cells. It activates your stem cells. And the more you get into it, you'll find out that activating your stem cells is a good thing. As we age, our stem cells decline, and their ability to do what they were designed to do, it falls off. This patch activates them and stimulates them. And it helps to rejuvenate them. This is, when I tell you LifeWave is an amazing invention. No chemicals involved. And as I tell you, please, when you purchase these, and you should check into it, because I guarantee you, if you go to lifewave.com, people to people, you can get information, you can get the patches through Lady Z. And I'm going to tell you something. Guess what? You're going to find out that it works. I can't wait. We got one of the representatives going to be on the program in a couple of weeks, and she's going to talk more about the Life Wave patch, and we're going to give you some testimonies. I happen to be one of them. Lady Z is happen to be one of them. Queen Rachel happen to be one of them. We got quite a few people who are already aware of the Life Wave X39 patch. So, yes, this is one of the sponsors of the program. They don't pay me to tell you that. I'm telling you this based on the fact that as one of the distributors and one of the individuals whom experienced it, I'm telling you, they work. And it's amazing what we need to do to keep ourselves moving forward to try to be the best we can be. And guess what? You got the right to do it. You got the right to buy it. You got the right to try it. How about that? I'm not forcing you. I'm not going to say you have to. You have the right to check out LifeWave X39 patch. Check it out and tell me about it. So get back on, the topic today. Who has the right? You had a right. You had a right. You had a right to say what you want. It's almost like a kid. You hanging out with a group of kids. 12, 13, 14 years old. Y'all all 5 or 6 of y'all going to the store. 2 of the kids say they want to steal something. The other 3 or 4 looking at them saying, I don't want to do that. Do they have the right to tell you that you have to steal? No, they don't. They don't have the right to dictate you to go in there and break the law. So you can back out. You have the right to walk out that door. You also have the right to go and report them too, because they're breaking the law. That's your right to uphold the law. In many cases, you got to look at the circumstances. Who have the right? If you living by the law, and especially by the law of God, you have the right. If you living trying to do the right thing, you have the right. Do a man have the right to beat on his wife? Or a wife have the right to beat on her husband? Answer that question. It's an easy answer. No, they don't. They do not have the right. Do you have the right to inject something in your arm that you know going to destroy your veins and your body and tear down your tissues? Guess what? You got the right to put, if you want to put some Coca-Cola in you, you got the right to do it. You know why? It's your body. Now, what happens after that, that's on you. But do you have the right to force somebody else to do it? No, you don't. Let us get back to educating ourselves properly and educating our children, getting them where we can really speak truth to them and they can understand the consequences and doing what is right and doing the thing that's wrong. We teach them not to walk across the street on a green light. Why don't we teach them to protect themselves when they're going to start to have sexual intercourse? Why don't we teach them about drugs and teach them about humanity and teach them about respect? We have to talk to them. We have to let them know the truth. Our young people, in order for our tomorrow to be a beautiful tomorrow with everybody having the right to be who they are and what they want to be and living in a rightful way and have the right to say, hey, I'm gay, I'm black, I'm white, I like raising dogs, I like raising pigs. You have the right. We have the right within ourselves to dictate, but not to dictate to others what is good and bad for them. Do you have the right over your child as they're growing up? You're responsible for them. If your child consistently do things and they underage, who are they coming after? They're coming after the parent. You know why? Because that child rights is not at the level that it's supposed to be when it comes to, different things by law. So who's accountable for the situation? You. But do you have the right for to go get a lawyer? Yes, you do. Do you have a right to be represented? Yes, you do. Why, when they arrest you, they say, I got to read your rights to you? Why do they do that? It's the law that every man, every woman, when a police officer put his handcuffs on you, does he have the right to beat you? No, he doesn't. He is breaking the law when he starts to abuse your body in any kind of way. When many of us lay down to have intercourse and a child is conceived, do the child have a right to be born? That's something we all need to think about. Be responsible for your actions, so nobody else don't try to take your actions and make them theirs. Trying to tell you how to do it and when to do it. Let us be responsible. This is a very, very sensitive topic for me. There's a lot of things I want to say, but I won't. You know why? Because in a way, I don't have the right. Not saying that that's right or wrong. To me, it's wrong. I should be able to say whatever I want. But I don't own this process of the network that is traveling. So somebody else have the right to say, yo, when you using my platform, this is how you got to do it. So I got to be obedient to that. We got to think about how we live, about people that we put in office. You better put the right ones in there, that they want to give you your rights. They want to give you your say-so. Many of us get confused. You know, when the police put on the badge and get that gun, that for real he works for you. But many of them think because they got a badge and a gun that they got the right to treat you any kind of way. They got the rights confused. We lack the proper information that a lot of people who have a badge and a gun would take and think that they have the right to say anything to you and tell you to shut up and this and that when they don't own you. Especially if you're not breaking the law. Know your rights. And this applies in all areas. Let me tell you what's happening. Go in the jungle where they got lions, tigers, and bears. The law of the jungle is if the lion, tiger, or bear catch you and they eat you, can you say that it took your rights away? Honestly. What you can say is, well, you ain't gonna say nothing if it eat you, but I'm just saying, you gotta realize, know your position, know where you are, know what you're doing. I don't know about you. I'm not going nowhere where they got no mountain lions. If they told me they saw a mountain lion in my block, yo, I'm teleworking for the rest of the week, the rest of the month until they find it. And then after that, I'm gonna be walking with a golf club and some more stuff to make sure ain't no more. Having my rights. And guess what? The reason why I laughed about it, because the mountain lion gonna figure he got his rights too. When he hungry, he got the right to eat you. I don't know if that makes sense. Go ahead. You got something for me, ladies? Oh, you raised your hand. Oh, okay. It's real talk. No, it's real conversation we having right now. It's real conversation. And I'm gonna tell you, a lot of us need to understand where we are with the conversation and our rights. That's what I love about people to people. We keep it real. We gonna give you some real conversation. We're gonna talk about things that's going on, and we're gonna bring it to you. We're gonna bring the truth to you, and we're gonna talk about your rights. We're gonna talk about the facts. We're gonna talk about the truth. If somebody break the law, they have the right to come and get you. Especially if you took from somebody or you killed somebody, they have the right to put you in a position where you can't hurt nobody else, because you don't have that right to hurt people freely. Now, when you think about the rights, it applies in all different areas. To our queens out here, white, black, Hispanic, Asian, to all the women, I respect you. You have the right. You have the right to say who you want to lay with, who you want to marry, who you want to kiss, hug. You have the right. It's your body. I always used to wonder about a pimp. I say, man, the power of a pimp. He takes the right from that female and make her go do all those crazy things to get money. We think about that with guys. They use a financial situation to dictate power over females, taking their rights away, making them where they become slaves to a financial gift, where they don't really look at the right for them to really walk with pride and keep that dignity. And it goes for males too as well. You can't just walk into a recreation center and walk up to somebody because they look good to you and then grab them and drag them down the street and take them home with you and do what you want to them. You do not have the right to do that. And if you do, they got a right to come and get you. Who have the right? Let us be conscious about where we're going in the future. Who we're allowing to make the laws. Really, the people, but we're supposed to do that collectively. We're supposed to vote. We're supposed to vote and put our rights in perspective. Not 5 people, not 7 people, not 3 people, not 1 person. When I think about how all the people are struggling in this country, and I think about the president, whoever's in office, that they send money to somebody else, and we got all these hungry people over here, I be saying, what gives them the right to go take care of them before they take care of their own? Right here in our own country, we should have the right to say, let's take care of our own first. But a lot of times, we sit and watch it on TV and find out that they send billions and billions of dollars to some place that they really don't even like us. It's crazy. We need to understand who have the right. What rights do you have? Learn the law. Learn the law. Learn what it takes to make the law. One of the things I'm going to be excited about, and then we get ready to shut it down, I'm going to be really excited when I start seeing younger people getting in positions where they are in different areas making decisions. We got a lot of women that's doing that now. We got a lot of women that's in position that 100 years ago they weren't able to do. They didn't have the right. But now women are speaking up. We got a lot of people who are having choices to be with whoever they want to be. Many, many years ago, they didn't have the right. Who have the right? Do you have the right? Do I have the right? Or should it be somebody sitting up on the bench that dictates the right? When he got a headache, he got a stomach ache, he ain't feeling good. He just want to hurry up and go to the bathroom. Give him 20 years. I'll be back. I got to go to the bathroom. Okay? Oh, don't think it don't happen. Let him go. Because he from this area. Or he looked like this. He guilty. Because he talked like that. Because he walked like that. Because he looked like that. Rights are important for us to pay attention to. Remember, we all are given the right to life. We all are given the right to say what happened to our bodies, to our surroundings. If I don't want grass in my front yard and I pay for that property, I got the rights to put bricks down. It's important. I want to say thank you to everybody that just joined in. It's People to People with Rodney Grimes. We on Monday, Motivation Monday. Let's Talk About It Wednesday. And Date Night Friday. Oh, and tune in tomorrow. We got a special. We got a special tomorrow. We got a beautiful, beautiful actress that's going to be into the studio. This is going to be a really special occasion for us. So tune in tomorrow. I know it's going to be a special on a Tuesday. We also got Man in the Mirror on Thursday as well. Remember, this is the last Thursday of the month with Boo Jones, Nate Jenkins, Amy Cakes, and Sir Rod. That's right, me, Rodney Grimes, on Man in the Mirror. Also, then we got Friday Date Night with Lady Z. We doing what we do. It's People to People. Power to Power. Positive thinking people. We love you.